Isn't that cool? The dude's cell phone was sending out so many different radio frequencies all at once that it was making that entire just wall of LED lights flash and flicker. All these different radio frequencies, so many were just being overwhelming. We're overwhelming that room by a phone call. And that's what's happening all the time around us. There's frequencies everywhere. And you think that with all these waves that are around in the air, you'd think that some would affect others. And, well, actually they can't. So, for example, if I were to take this slinky, right? I can make waves on one side, or like one side I can move one side and make waves, or I could go on the other side and make waves. So, and I can make waves from that. So, but what happens if instead of just going from one side and making some waves, or going from the other side and making some waves, I moved both my hands and made waves from both sides of the spectrum. I made waves from two different sources. Well, if I make these waves in the same time and they're all aligned, I get a really big wave in the center. It goes up and down really fast. This is what's called constructive interference. The two waves, instead of one just going through and being the size it would be, or the other one going the size it would be, the two waves are working together and they're making an even bigger wave together. That's called constructive interference. Now, what happens if so for example, if these are sound waves, the sound will be getting louder. This is what happens when your speakers do. When one speaker is making some sound waves, it goes up and down. When this speaker is making some sound waves, it goes up and down. But if both speakers are playing the exact same thing and they're both doing it together, it makes the sound a lot louder because the waves are coming in together. It's constructive interference. Okay, but what if I alternate it? What if I start one and then I start the other one just a little bit off of each other? Well, instead of coming together, it almost kind of, in the center, it almost kind of, if I do this right, it's supposed to try to almost cancel out. There's not really much happening in the center. Well, at least hardly anything. If I do this correctly, it doesn't really move at all in the center. That's what's called destructive interference. One wave is actually canceling out the other wave. And this is how noise canceling headphones works. So check out this video on how exactly the science behind how your noise canceling headphones are doing what they do.